Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Designed for Success podcast. My name is Stephen Adetolu. I'm a John Maxwell team coach, speaker, and trainer. I am a personal growth specialist. That is, I am passionate about helping people transition from where they are into where they want to be, to create a flourishing life and to become all that they were created to be. In today's episode, I will be talking about the podcast title is how to overcome any challenges, difficulties, or problems. My strategy. You know, challenges are just a part of our lives. I've seen people who try to run away from it. Some will ignore it. Some deny it. And some allow it to tell heavily on them. By that, I mean, some even go into depression. Some people become frustrated, as a result of problems, difficulties, or challenges. I discovered on time that these are necessary part of our journey of success, of achievements, of greatness, of becoming all that we were created to be. Invariably, without challenges, problems, difficulties, obstacles, whatever you want to name them, without them, it will be impossible for anyone to transition to the next level of life, the next level of success. Okay, in their relationship, in their finances, in their career, professional life, in their health life, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So in today's episode, I just want to share with you the strategies that I have adapted that has helped me overcome some of the challenges that cropped up, during the course of my journey, my growth journey, my success journey, my journey of achievement, my journey of living my dream, and so on. You see, problems will always come, challenges will always come, difficulties will always come. You cannot rule that out. The fact that you are a person of faith does not exempt you either. It's going to come. It will come. Just the way it will come to somebody who you feel is not a person of faith, the same way it's going to come to somebody who is a person of faith. So no one is exempted. But what really differentiates us, and keeps us moving and empowers us to overcome these challenges are the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you today. First, you must maintain a positive stance. Make sure your perspective about challenges, difficulties, or problems is positive. And what do I mean? First, just like I said earlier, challenges are inevitable, problems are inevitable, difficulties are inevitable. They will come. Rather than ignoring them or running away from them, I will advise that you that you embrace them. Maintain a positive stance. I remember one of the challenges that I had in my career was that I was stagnated for some years. I really wasn't growing. Promotion wasn't coming. My income, salary wasn't really growing, and I see a lot of new people coming to the system. One or two persons really growing, and there were a lot of opportunities, and I felt that I was really doing well. I was contributing, adding value to the organization, but I wasn't seeing the impact in my life. So rather than leave the organization, this happened in 2013 to be precise. Rather than leave the organization, I just thought to myself, what can I do? I ain't growing. So what do I need to do in order to really grow? Because I had my personal goals. My personal goal, then I hadn't attained the managerial level. I was still at the supervisory level. My goal then was to attain the managerial level and become the best, in the organization, in my field, and give unparalleled value towards the company's objectives and goals. Those were my personal goals. Those were the driving force behind everything I did. But in order to really overcome that particular challenge of stagnation, not growing, not moving, not anymore, I sat down and I gave it a deep thought. And that was when I realized that such happens. And what did I do? I maintained a positive stance. I just saw it as a process, and rather than leaving the organization, I came up to that realization that, hey, I just need to be positive about it. By being positive, by maintaining a positive stance, I just say, look, I'll keep adding value to the organization. I'll keep looking out for difficult areas, and I was actually looking for areas where I could contribute. Probably I discovered in the course of my thinking, or the process of reconditioning my mind, that I wasn't really adding enough, or I wasn't really solving the company's problem in the area that the company needed it most. That was when I realized what I realized during the course of my meditation, my thinking, my reconditioning moment. So I maintained a positive stance. I ensured that I started looking out for problem areas in the organization. I was in brand, I was in marketing, but I discovered that the area where the company needed most was in the area of customer service. Then there was no customer service in 2013 for the organization where I worked. So I took it upon myself to do, I initiated what they call the customer service survey, the customer satisfaction survey rather. I initiated it just to get feedback from customers. I work in an FMCG company, that's a consumer oriented organization. So I had to initiate these processes that ensures that we get feedback from the organization, from our consumers. I had to track delivery processes, and ensure that every other department is doing what it had to do, logistics department, finance department. I just took it upon myself to ensure that our customers are satisfied. I learned this in the course of my meditation, my thinking, simply because I maintained a positive stance, and it became clear to me that this is the area where the company needed problem solved. This is the area where the company needed help. This is the area where there was problem in the company. So because I maintained that positive stance, it opened up to me, and I just started adding value in that area. And before long, the company noticed, because the gap were filled, the problems were solved, and I was noticed. And in 2013, I got promoted to the first level of the managerial cadre. And today, I head the customer service unit of the organization. So maintain a positive stance. Once you maintain a positive stance, your mind will naturally open up to what you need to do. The problems will open up. The solution will just come, and you see yourself taking the necessary action to solving that problem. So that is that for number one. Number two, anytime you are confronted with a problem, challenges, or difficulties, look, it tells you one thing: you need to grow. It simply tells you that you do not have the capacity to overcome that challenge, that problem, that difficulty at that particular point in time. That what you have, the ability you currently have at that moment will not enable you overcome that particular issue. So it simply reminds you that you need to grow. You need to grow your capacity. You need to grow in your skills. You need to grow in your knowledge. You need to grow in whatever it is that is required to help you overcome that particular difficulty, challenges, or problem. Simple. And it was 2013 that I started, even though I do not understand the concept of personal growth at that time, but that was when I actually adapted the concept of personal growth. Though it didn't dawn on me that it was called personal growth, but I was actually doing it. Okay, I was actually living it, but I didn't understand it not until I became a member of the John Maxwell team recently, some 2 years ago. So it's just time for you to grow. And it's most times growth is not going to come to you. It's not going to tell you, hey, grow. Nothing is going to come to you. Your brother is not going to come to you. Your wife is not going to come to you to say, hey, you need to grow in this area. Okay. Challenges, problems are signals. Okay. Difficulties are signal that you need to grow in this area. Hey, maybe I nag in my marriage. Maybe I don't have sufficient money to pay my tuition fee or to see my daughter to school. And it's simply, you don't need to first maintain that positive stance. And it simply tells you, hey, you need to grow in your finances. And what do you need to grow in your finances? It tells you that you need to acquire more financial knowledge. You need to acquire more skills. Perhaps you need to acquire more skills that is going to enable you start a side income, or probably it also tells you maybe the job you are currently in isn't fit enough for the kind of future that you desire. That is why you need to adapt the concept of personal growth. Personal growth will help you overcome. It's a concept, it's a strategy that I have adapted that has really, really helped me to overcome many of the challenges, difficulties, problems that I encounter in the journey of my growth. And I'll keep encountering them. They will keep showing up. But these strategies, okay, because I've adapted them, I've made them my lifestyle, I am better empowered, better positioned to overcome them and to live my dream life. I'm on the journey on living my dream life, and I am certain that I am on track. So I want to thank you once again for showing up, for listening to today's podcast titled How to Overcome Any Challenges, Problems, or Difficulties, My Proven Strategies. I hope I've added value to you. If you really love my podcast, ensure that you share it with your friends, with your loved ones, and subscribe, like, and turn up sometime again when I share something valuable with you. Once again, my name is Stephen Adetolu. Thank you for showing up. Bye-bye.